Hi, hello, this is Jules the Human here, and welcome to Gaming Gone Weird, a show all about the interesting, funny, and very weird, but very real news that is going on in the gaming world. I am one of your hosts, Jules the Human, and today we are going to be looking at a couple of news stories, about a couple of the weirdest news stories that we could find, and then this is the God of War edition, so we're going to be talking about a lot of God of War stuff, and because God of War Ragnarok has released and it's taking the gaming world by storm, and we're going to talk all about it. But I will not be talking about God of War alone today. We'll have our guest co-host.
I'm a
What am
guest
I
in my
talking
own
about?
home.
You're the co-host of my heart, Cresta. Cresta Starr is here, as always. Hi, hello, Cresta. How's it going?
Hi, I guess I put on my spooky outfit today. I'm feeling spooky today, a little witch. How are you feeling?
Ooh.
How's everything, Jules? How's your spicy grandparents?
They're great. I'm gonna go see hopefully Black Panther with them tomorrow. Black Panther came
Nice.
out this weekend as well. It's big. Everything comes out at the end of the year. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. We got God of War, we got some Pokemon, we got Black Panther, we got all this stuff all gearing up because it is the end of the year and it's gonna be Christmas time and all that.
Yeah, a lot of people are getting together now. So they figure, like, you know what? Some people will come in for the whole month of November, December. As someone who has a big family, I love them, but I don't want to be around them for more than 2 months at this point.
Do
But it
you
makes sense.
do you go, like, I know for some families like it's a tradition for like Thanksgiving or Christmas, like, do you go see movies together, or do y'all have like an activity that y'all do together, or for like a specific holiday at all?
Not for a specific holiday, but since we are on Gaming Gone Weird, our tradition really was when the cousins and everyone got together. We're playing Mortal Kombat and somebody's getting mad. Somebody's
Oh,
getting mad. Or
Eh,
when we played Bomberman before Mario Party came out, and again, somebody was getting mad.
oh wow. Let us know some of your traditions because it's coming up. This is our first
Yeah.
time spending some of these holidays with you because Gaming Gone Weird. We are on episode 10.
Our
Um,
child is 10
I know
episodes old.
10 feels like years for every
10
week.
internet years.
10 internet years, especially with Twitter and everything going on. It feels so long. It feels so
Yeah.
long since I last talked to you, Cresta. But let's get into it. Don't forget that you can support the show and let us know that you're enjoying it. First off, by liking the video, hit that little like button, subscribe to know your news. We have a bunch of shows on here, and you can send us a super chat and you'll get your question or comment read on the show. We also have KYN chats. Click the link in the description of this video, kynchat.com. And if you have something that you want to say, give us a comment or ask us a question, we'll read those during the show if they pop up. But that's how you can support the show. You can also become a member if you want. If you're a frequenter of like our show and then maybe you like other shows on Know Your News, you can become a member here on YouTube. It's not a whole lot, but you're supporting the shows and you can have Cresta's face as a little emote.
I
You
need
can
to
have
stop doing
Chris.
that. My eyes are gonna get stuck.
Maybe that'll be the next one so that you don't have to keep doing that. But you can have a couple of the hosts as emotes in all of the YouTube chats. You can become a member today, and it's pretty simple. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Let's get into the question of the day. That's how we start the show. And what is the question of the day today, Cresta?
As always, guys, if you're watching now or if you're watching later on YouTube or if you're watching on wherever you get your Know Your News with Cresta and Jules, leave a comment. The algorithm loves it. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts. So the question of the day, let me pull it up. I thought I had it, but I am a jabroni, as it turns out. The question of the day is, what mythology would you like to see in a God of War storyline? I had mythology / religion, but I'm like, are these religions? Are there former religions? But would they be mythologies? So we're gonna keep it with mythologies. What mythologies would you like to see in the God of War timeline? Because he started off in the Greek pantheon, bopped everybody there, and then he showed up in Norse mythology. So what
He's
happened at the end of God of War that you just showed up in Norse mythology? Norse mythology. I
Yeah.
apologize.
He said, I've killed everyone here. Let's go to the next one. On
Let
to
me
the
go
next.
ruin somebody else's life.
Yeah. That's the reason why I don't want to say one, because I don't want him coming to my mythology. Like I was gonna say, like Aztec or Mayan, those are cool. They're kind of doing that a little bit with like I was saying, Black Panther.
Mhm.
Recently released, but I don't want him coming in and killing everybody. I like those. Those are cool.
You know, Kratos does remind me of. We're switching just gears a little bit real quick in my tangent. We really should just name this tangent at this point.
Tangent. Gaming gone tangents.
Gaming gone. Where'd that go? There was, I believe this is, and I don't remember if it's Marvel or DC, but it was the God Slayer or the God Butcher. And this character, pretty much TLDR, his ethos was his people were wandering across this planet and they would always pray to the gods, and the gods never helped them. And they're like, yo, starving, we're dying, help us out, help us out. One day his wife dies. I think his kid ends up dying, and the kid's last thing is thank the gods I was able to live this life. He's like, what you mean thank the gods? Whatever. So then he finds two gods battling. He asks the god, how come you didn't hear us? My people are dying. My wife died. And the god was like, I don't even know you. So he spazzes.
Who even are you?
Yeah, like he spazzes and is like, yo, I think the god is already like beat up from fighting another god. So he ends up killing that god, taking his power, and then becoming God, like a god himself.
Yeah.
All in all, he remarries, has another kid, and then he snaps because his wife is like, thank the gods, you were so fortunate. He's like, thank the gods, and he snaps. So
yeah,
that's what Kratos reminds me of. Like, there's always a rhyme to the reason. But I would also hate for him to come from my Sailor Moon fantasy. What if Sailor Moon is my god? The last thing I want to hear is like, yo, Sailor Moon, you're a piece of crap. No.
Yeah, he's taking out all the Sailor Scouts. Oh no.
Not that. But the fight between him and Mars and Jupiter would be...
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be 10 out of 10. I would love to see that cinematic. That would be 10 out of 10.
What mythology would you like to see in a God of War storyline? Or honestly, who would you like to see fight against Kratos? Because I think that'd be cool too. Let us know. Let us know in the comments live or in the YouTube video. Let us know in the comments down there. But we got some news stories to get into, and some of these are kind of wild. And then we're going to talk again. Also, throughout the whole show, if you have any like favorite Kratos moments, send us a super chat, KYN chat, or whatever. Just let us know some of your favorite Kratos moments if you're a fan of any of the God of War games. But Cresta, I know you're a fellow weeb. Do you know about Sword Art Online? Have you watched any Sword Art Online?
I never watched the anime because it was just a little bit after my time, just a little bit after. But the concept was wild. Imagine you play a game like, it doesn't matter. If I die, I'll just respawn. Imagine you die IRL. What a wild show for kids.
Yeah, so in the animation show Sword Art Online, the premise is that if you die in the game, you die in real life. Somebody made a thing called the Nerve Gear, and it's kind of like a VR system that we know now, and people got stuck in it. And then if you died while you're playing this VR game, you died in real life. Well, one of the Oculus co-founders, on like sort of the eve of all of this happening in the anime show, he actually is making a VR headset that will kill you IRL if you die in the game, in honor of this here. So in the anime, November 5th is when Sword Art Online sales began, and in the anime, November 6th, that's when it all kind of kicks off. 10,000 players are trapped, yada yada yada. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Well, this co-founder Palmer Luckey designed a VR head, and okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't know if this is real or not. Every news article that I looked took it as real, and so we're gonna assume that it is real, because I could not find any like parody, any like haha, like tongue in cheek, like remember from the anime, haha, joke.
I know what you mean.
I couldn't find any of that. So Palmer Luckey designed a VR headset that will kill the wearer upon their avatar's death in the video game, and says this is the first killer VR type system. He rigged the system with 3 explosive charge modules, like as you can see on the picture, that work with a photo sensor to determine the moment of termination based on flashes of red on the screen. And once it is signaled, it goes off while still strapped to the wearer's head, instantly destroying the brain of the users. Again,
It's the face I got.
that's the way he said it. That's the way the article said it. And he's figured out the kill you part. He hasn't figured out the game part aspect of it. So far it's a piece of office art and thought-provoking reminder of unexplored avenues in game design. Cresta, what is your thoughts on all this? This is crazy. This is wild.
It's giving Saw.
Yeah.
It's giving Saw. It's not giving Sword Art. It's giving Saw. Part of me is like, this could be an overt super 85 million Q. We play video games too much and we try to have an interpersonal, super modulated experience. And then it's kind of like at the same time, boy, that's cat. This is a meme. This has got to be a meme. But at this also same time, the edgelord, meme lord in me wants to make a joke because there's no way this can be real. And if it's real, you know what? I've fucking had it. Sign me up.
If it is real, I'm in line getting this.
I mean, literally, it puts stakes on every game. But at the same time, come on now. Imagine wearing this playing League of Legends.
Yeah, exactly.
Elder Scrolls.
Oh my god. And Kaylee in chat asked, is it legal for something like this to have explosives? And that's the part where I'm like,
Absolutely
I don't know. I mean, no, like I know it's not, but I don't know if this is real or not because every article, there was a ton of articles, and I'm like, wait, are they just messing around? Is this just for funsies? Ha ha ha! Like the game because it's this month that happened, whatever. So he hasn't actually started selling it yet. This is just his prototype.
I think this is overt commentary. With all the knowledge given to me. Jesus, I'm having a stroke in these days. I'm just under 9,000 years old, y'all. Y'all gotta forgive me. But that's gotta be an overt social commentary because
something.
Go back to the picture. I would like to say something else. Those three things on the top, you ever take a Sharpie apart? That's what it looks like. This is cap. This is cap.
All of it, well, you got to put the cap on the Sharpie to cover the explosive.
All right.
I'll see myself out. That's the end of the show. You had it last week.
You know what? That's fair. I'm a cornball, so I accept you on the cob with me.
I also put Odd of War down in our notes because I thought that was hilarious. Anyways, nobody else will because it's just me and you. But he's trying to make it tamper proof. I mean, everything with the picture, like you said, with the story as it laid out, all of his words, like these are quote for quote, like from instantly destroying the brain of the user. Why would you say that so nonchalantly if you weren't playing around?
We destroy our brains with some of the games we play. As an avid League of Legends player, when people are like, oh my God, I want to get into League of Legends, one of the first things I say is don't download League of Legends and installs a virus on your computer called League of Legends. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
I'ma still play though. I'ma still play. I'ma still play. I'm gonna buy every champion. I'ma still play.
Let us know your thoughts about this. I enjoyed the show for the most part, but bringing it to the IRL space and the way that it's worded, and for it to be made by the co-founder of Oculus, so he actually knows what he's doing. Let us know all your thoughts. Send us a super chat or a KYN chat, kynchat.com for that news article. But another like anniversary, a new thing that's coming out, November 11th, 2022 marks 11 years of Skyrim since it was released on 11/11/11. Have you played? Yeah, have you played any Skyrim? Because I might be one of the only ones that's never played Skyrim.
Hold my hand, brother, because I have never played Skyrim.
Oh,
but I know the memes from Skyrim.
Oh,
I do.
All
like Khajiit has wares if you have coin. Khajiit is innocent, and do you have skooma for Khajiit? Unless that's a different game, then I look like a fraud.
So Skyrim has been on I can't believe we've dodged every release because it's been released on everything. It's probably been released on iPhone, maybe. Who knows? It's kind of like Minecraft where it's just everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like Game of the Year edition, 2018 edition. And it's like, and reading and looking up this one in particular, it's like, there really hasn't been a new Skyrim. You guys, it's giving you the GTA 5 treatment. You just get the same thing over and over again.
So apparently we can't expect a Skyrim 6 It won't even be worked on until after the release of Starfield that's coming out in
Yeah.
2023. Why? Okay, if you were a game developer, why wouldn't you just ride these coattails? I mean, if you're working at GTA 5 and you're making like record profits every year, why would you even want to work on a GTA 6? It makes sense.
Diversify your portfolio, because I mean, like I, even though that's kind of corny to say, but like I will go root it back to League of Legends. For a long time, they were called Riot Games, and you had one game, your right game. God forbid the fans turn on that game for whatever reason.
True.
Now you're stuck with just this one IP. You want to make sure that you've got a healthy library of original IP. So if for whatever reason people are like, well, I don't want to play Skyrim or whatever it is anymore, you at least say, well, I have this and
Yeah.
I've got that.
New
To me, it
Skyrim.
makes sense. However, I will go ahead and say, in that GTA vein, people have wanted Bully 2 forever. Okay. But at the same time, I understand the political climate in America where you can't have a video game named Bully, because bullying before was just hijinks. Bullying now is like, yikes.
Yeah. For sure. Something pretty weird about Skyrim when it released, that there was a couple who named their child Dovahkiin to win free Elder Scrolls games for life. And they did it. And here's like an update. It's from 2018. And they're only able to get 20 different versions of Skyrim for the last decade. So they got this for their whole life. They're like, oh, cool, we're gonna get a bunch of games. Skyrim on whatever, Skyrim on this, Skyrim on that, Skyrim. It's like, what the heck, man?
Listen, that's the long con. Because wait, 2018, it was released in 2011. So he's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he's what, 12 now? In about 8 more years, 7 more years, when they do a live action Skyrim, you literally got the protagonist right
That's
here.
true.
It's the long con. You got to think, you open up your third eye.
He was literally from birth. That was his destiny to become that person in the Skyrim eventual live action that's going to be coming.
And if you think about it, there's a lot. Skyrim 6 is, because he's not going to die before Skyrim 6 come out. We're just impatient.
Yeah, he's going to be the poster boy. They're going to take him around to all the GameStops that are left. And
not the GameStops.
GameStop. I've been okay. I said GameStop because I used to go to the releases of the games at GameStop. Those were so fun.
Same.
Yeah, it was so dope. Just because I never like socially interacted like that with gamers, like live in person. And then when I went and everybody was like talking about the game, like Halo or something, they're talking about lore, and I'm like, oh my god, they know what it is, and it's so cool.
I feel like it's such a different experience if you're a gamer. But one of my first midnight releases was for World of Warcraft: Wrath of the Lich King, and I was standing online. I was by myself. Everyone thought I was holding the spot for my boyfriend. I didn't even have a boyfriend at the time. So as we're talking, I played a rogue. And they're like, wait, you play? I was like, yeah. We thought you were dating for your boy. Like, woo, woo. But at the same time, cooler than all these.
Yeah. You play World of Warcraft. We'll name every...
Are you a priest?
Let
me guess, you play healer? And if I do, so what? Who's going to heal you? Not your friend, because you're gonna die. Yes.
You're out. But speaking of World of Warcraft, because this couple named their child after something from a video game, would you ever name your child after something? Like, do you love something that much to where they were like, we'll give you, I don't know, we'll build a house that has like a Sailor Moon print over it, and you just got to name your daughter or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I see what you're saying. The first thing that comes to my mind is because, again, an avid World of Warcraft fan, I would name my kid Illidan. But Illidan is a bad guy, and I don't want to give my kid a complex. I don't want to give my kid a complex when they find out, like, oh, what's your name? Lex Luthor. And people are like, you know, he's a bad guy. And now my kid is like, why you name me this?
Yeah.
So I'm a bad guy, and I don't want to give my kid a complex. Maybe when they get old, like, listen, mommy did this. You see this nice castle we have?
Yeah.
It's because your name is Sailor Moon Optimus Prime, okay? And when you're 18, I will take you to the court if you want to change your name.
You
I
know,
love you, but look at all the nice things we have.
you
have
have
all this space.
You have 3 rooms to yourself with full of video games. Just
Video
it
games,
had to happen.
animal, whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you want to change your name, I'm a supportive mother. We'll go together. But I did this for our future.
Yeah. Have y'all played any Skyrim? What do y'all like to play Skyrim on? Do you like to play it on, I don't know, projector probably? Do you have it on a, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that has a screen. It's probably Skyrim for it. What do you like playing Skyrim on? Let us know. Send us super chat or a KYN chat.
I'll take it even further. Would you name your kid after a character in Skyrim? Khajiit does sound snazzy.
Maybe not Skyrim.
What would you name your kid?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I liked Power Rangers a lot when I was a kid. There's like a plethora of names of main character, like a Red Ranger name, like Tommy. Wouldn't be bad, but it's not even like that's lame.
Yeah,
that's
that's not even crazy.
Yeah,
it's not like you're naming your kid after a DDR song.
Yeah, I don't know what I would. Don't know out of an Apex Legends character. Yeah,
I don't know
Bloodhound.
anything, and I almost said Trace. I'm like, no, that's Overwatch.
I mean that too. Trace. I like Overwatch right now. It's my thing. What if I have a kid in the next month?
That's true.
Tracer?
Jermaine Jackson named his kid Your Majesty. I'm not even kidding. If you want to take this time, I'll do the elevator music if you want to look it up. But Jermaine Jackson named his kid Jer Majesty.
That's kind of cool.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be named Your Majesty. I don't know, man.
No, I wouldn't want. I mean, that's cool for them. I wouldn't want to be.
Okay, I respect that. I love that for them.
Yeah, I love that for you.
Me, not so much for them. Yes, absolutely. Turn
that over there. We talked about this before. We are familiar with it. Google Stadia has how do I even say it? It's not around anymore.
I got you. Google Stadia, unfortunately, the concept was there, but the money was not.
There it is.
Gone under. And a lot of people did buy into it, but it wasn't sustainable. So it wasn't sustainable. There we go. That wasn't
sustainable. I don't even know. It wasn't sustainable. So it just kind of respectfully left the world. And I remember back a couple episodes ago, we said that they were going to be giving refunds to everybody that paid for it. And now they've actually said, yes, that we are going to keep our promise by issuing refunds starting November 9th of this year of 2022. So if you had any of the Google Stadia stuff, here's what they said about it. Refunds are being issued. We will be offering refunds for all Stadia hardware purchases, Stadia controller, Founders Edition, Premier Edition, and Play and Watch with Google TV packages made through the Google Store, and software transactions, games, and add-on purchases through the Stadia Store. Stadia Pro subscriptions are not eligible for refund. However, you'll be able to continue playing your games in Pro without further charges until the final wind-down date. So what does that all mean? If you purchase anything like physical, if you purchase any games, software transactions, are they still like blowing smoke at us, Cresta? What do you think?
I feel bad for Google Stadia. It was a good idea. It's kind of like digital Blockbuster.
Yeah.
But I feel like Steam really, and Epic Games following suit, they really cornered the market on that. And Xbox Games Pass has done something similar, but it's the same thing with PlayStation. It's a proprietary though. So if you want to play those games, you got to pay through us. With everything that's out there for like the internet and your computer, it didn't make sense. It sucks because like I said last time, I was in the keynote, I got paid. The check's still clear, so it's fine. You're not getting that back. You're not getting that back.
Do we have the video for that?
I have to look. Literally, it's 3 seconds and you hear my cackle. That's it.
Oh, okay.
But again, I still got paid.
Yeah. Well, now you can charge per laugh now, right? You charge.
I'm gonna get my cackle insured.
Okay. Cool. For sure.
Yeah, but like it's sad. Again, the concept is great, but it's hard to improve upon a concept that really, like, I gotta give it up to Valve. They kind of perfected it. And to try to make people rent, give back, or I get it, but it's hard. It's hard. It sucks. It sucks. It's good to have alternatives, but it sucks that it shook out this way.
I'm fine with my two alternatives, which is Steam or Epic Games.
Yeah.
And that's about it. And trying to get anybody else off of it. I mean, Origin, the people that did Apex Legends, I think they even knew that as well because they moved it over to Steam, trying to
Mhm.
get them to download the Origin launcher. And there's only like 4 or 5 games. I mean, they had like FIFA, like EA games and stuff, but like how many times? It's once a year, maybe. But as far as other games, they only had a couple. So they were like, we're going to reach more people by just doing it on
Yeah.
Steam. And because the game is free, get a bunch of people download.
I'm also gonna say that Epic offering free games,
Oh,
they may not be current AAA titles, but they do offer a lot of free games and indie games coupled with it. It really does help, and that's something where Steam does lack in. Steam is like, "You're gonna pay for this, or it's already free, or you're waiting to a sale." And
yeah.
even then, it's not gonna be free. You're gonna pay like maybe $5 for it, which I'm not mad about. I'm not mad about because Steam does have a good catalog. But these two they've really cornered the market. So it's going to be hard to break in. And what'll set you up, what will make you different? Because it's one thing to offer something great, but if nobody's playing it, you're not going to have anyone to play with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What, like you mentioned with the Epic Games stuff, like the free games have been insane. Like,
mhm.
why would you not, if you're like a smaller indie game, why would you not make your game free on Epic for a week, get a bunch of
Yeah,
promotion, get it on the front page, be like, these are the free games this week, and then get a bunch of eyes on it for free, whether your indie game costs money or whatever. Like, that's just such a cool thing. Like, I would totally do it. Like, okay, maybe not the first month, but maybe like 3 months to a year. Like, they're bringing
yeah.
back old games, and they're like, they're free this week. Download them. It's like, oh my god, that's so
But
cool.
they're
So
gone
yeah,
forever and you got to pay for it. Like the option is still there. I
yeah.
think that's what sets them apart. But again, it comes back to what I said. What's going to make you different? And even if you are different, are enough people going to be attracted to the different? Where if you have a multiplayer game, you're not waiting for someone. Are you also going to communicate with Epic and Steam? That's the other question. So
Mhm.
if you've got like, I'm trying to think of a game that's on Epic and Steam that don't communicate with each other. Or you got to have like a whole new account because it's different.
I don't know.
Enter the Gungeon. Wait, is Enter the Gungeon on Steam? I know it's on Epic.
I'm
I'm
almost
not
certain
sure.
it's on Steam.
Yeah, it is on Steam, but you got to pay for it. And your data from each one is not going to be there. So,
Yeah. So rest in peace, Google Stadia. And I would love if anybody watching bought any Stadia things, and if they're getting the refund, there's a whole like thing you have to do.
mhm.
It seems kind of complicated, but if it's for a full refund for something you paid a lot of money for, do it, go for it. And if you do this, let us know. I would love to know. But what do you think about, I don't know, what do you think, which one's your favorite, Epic Games or Steam or Xbox Game Pass? I would love to know your Xbox Game Pass seems pretty cool. I don't have an Xbox, seems pretty dope. Let us know in the comments or send us super chat or KYN chat to support the show. um
Not me dropping my phone.
oh
Not me
my
dropping my
god.
phone. And
Oh
now my
no.
computer's having a hard time. Okay, we're back. We're back.
Okay.
My apologies. My apologies.
So because of who we are and because of where we are closely related to wrestling and wrestling news and all that thing. But you may either know him as a wrestler or a movie star for comedies,
Mhm.
or Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy. But Dave Bautista is back, and he is just really wants to be the main character, Marcus Phoenix of Gears of War. This is really funny and really interesting, and there's
It's funny as
a
hell.
lot to go here. So he came out not too long ago saying in IGN article that they wanted, this is him speaking, quoting, they wanted to talk to me about Fast and the Furious, and I said, I'm not interested. Let's talk about Marcus Phoenix, who's the Gears of War main character. He also commented that those creating the film could not give a fuck about his desire to join the project, though it's not stopping Batista from continuing his campaign work. So the Gears of War movie has been in sort of development since 2007, but where's the movie? that we haven't seen a movie. It's been going from project or from company to company. It started at New Line to Universal, and now it's on Netflix, or it's signed for Netflix. The IP is signed to Netflix, but we have not seen a movie yet. My first thought of, but away from Dave Bautista being this character, they missed their chance. Did they not miss their chance, Cresta? 2007? Whoo, let's go. Gears of War movie. Gears of War, what, 5 or 6 is already out so many years ago. Now we're going to get a movie? How do you feel about
you
that?
can still get the nostalgia pop. I felt that way about World of Warcraft. And then we got a World of Warcraft movie way after the fact.
Sure.
People went to go and see it. So I don't, listen, everyone loves nostalgia. Nostalgia sells. And people will definitely go in, and the Gears of War community are ravenous.
Yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't let Dave Bautista be Mr. Phoenix, largely because he's a skin in the game already, and he's already a character, if I'm not mistaken, in another game for Gears of War. Like, you can't play as Bautista, but like the skin is there, you know what I mean? So it's like, what you talk about?
That was gonna be my second question. Like, for what reason do these studios have to not have Dave Bautista play Marcus Phoenix? He has the look. Is it because he's in the movies? If you're worried about him being like a good actor at all,
Yeah.
he's been in movies. My only thing would be that maybe he's gonna charge too much. What do you think are some of the reasons why they would say no?
I mean, maybe the charging, but at the same time, to quote Tony Schiavone, is going to put butts in seats.
Yeah.
People are going to want to see him.
Yeah.
I just looked it up too. Batista has a long relationship with Gears of War, previously lending his likeness to Microsoft to allow players the chance to unlock a character based on him for the sequel multiplayer modes, while players can use the character as a part of the current installment, Gears of War 5. What's transpiring here?
Bro, he wants it. He's making you know he wants it. Give it to him.
One of two things are about to happen. Either option one, since already Gears of War, the movie, is on the Doom Eternal. Remember how long people waited for Doom to come out after the release on the early like 90s, 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, whatever it is. They're like, we're going to make a new one. And then it came out in like 2017. It was like, I don't want this now.
Yeah.
Or it'll be Ryan Reynolds. Like, he campaigned for an actual proper Deadpool movie. And it was like, we don't want that. And then when it came out, I was like, yo, give me that. I need that. One or two things are going to happen. I hope they use Bautista, because if somebody wants to play the character, they're going to play the out of that character.
Like,
let the man do it.
What's he going to take? Exactly. Vin Diesel.
It's all about family. It comes full circle.
He's done with the Fast and the Furious franchise after this one, and then he's gonna be like, all right, next franchise, Gears of War, we're bringing it back.
I can see it. Or the guy who played Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, I think. He's in everything. He's in everything. He's in everything. He's a good actor. He's a good actor. He's in everything.
But I'm sold after this, because Dave Bautista posted on Twitter. I looked at the date, and it was a couple days ago. He posted this, and he's saying some obscenity, so it's just some of the video. But he posted this. This man wants it, dude. Just give it to him. Just give it to him. He's in the thing.
Good he looks.
He says, I'm the fucking guy, or something like that. Do it. Give it to him.
Either you give it to him, or
he's gonna take it from him.
What's his name? Halo's gonna scoop him up. He's gonna be Master Chief.
I want him. Yeah, exactly. What he looks like Marcus, sort of Marcus Phoenix a lot. And I really don't know what it is. I wish he would know too. I wish he got some confirmation. Like, why? That sucks.
I would almost think that the person designing Marcus Phoenix used to like Bautista back in the day. Oh, WWE, evolution is a mystery. So I'm gonna do it like that. Yeah, it makes sense. He just if I'm not mistaken, Marcus Phoenix is just a little bit more meaty. Come on, that's nothing for Bautista. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Honestly, Gears of War is just a bunch of big meaty men.
Big meaty men slapping meat,
sawing meats, because they have a gun with a little saw.
Punching and sawing and shooting meat.
Do y'all think Bautista should be Marcus Phoenix in a Gears of War movie. Do you think it's past its prime? Do you think it's too late now? Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments, or send us a super chat or a KYN chat to be read on the show. That's how you support the show, and let us know that you're enjoying it. All right, let's get into some God of War things, because God of War Ragnarok has taken the gaming world by storm. Everybody's giving it a 10. Like we talked about last podcast, it was possibly game of the year thoughts and things like that. So we're gonna take a look down memory lane with God of War and give you some weird facts that you may not know about for God of War. So Cresta, talk to us about some God of War stuff.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, God of War is a fantastic game. IMO, in my opinion. A lot of people say if you've never played it, that it kind of plays like Bayonetta, Castlevania, if you like that hack and slash free movement sort of situation. So I'm going to break this down in two parts. If you want to play the games in order which they were released, you're looking at God of War 2005, the one for PS2. I'm looking at a list because there was no way I'm going to remember that, so don't judge me a little bit too much. You've got God of War 2, which also was on PS2. That came out in 2007. You've got God of War Betrayal. That's a mobile game, also on 2007. They did say these mobile games and the little games on the side are canon. So, boop. You have God of War Chains of Olympus, which came out on PSP 2008. I mean, PSP, honestly... Okay, no, God of War episode. God of War episode.
PSP was ahead of its time. All right, go on.
It was. God of War 3, which came out on PS3, 2010. God of War Ghost of Sparta, which is PSP again, 2010. God of War Ascension, PS3, 2013. God of War A Call from the Wilds. This was a Facebook game. And listen, I was gooped when I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
It's canon. It's canon. It's canon.
Oh, no.
God of War Mimir's Vision on iOS and Android 2018. God of War PS4 2018. And now the one that came out on November 9th, God of War Ragnarok. Now,
so
have you played any of them?
Yes, so that's the release order. That's when they
the
released
release order, not the storyline order.
2005 to now, the one that we're there's a lot more here that I did not know were a thing, especially the Facebook one, A Call from the Wilds. I'm gonna go see if Mark Zuckerberg has killed that yet. I'm gonna go try and play that. But for them all to be associated as canon was kind of cool. Yeah, I didn't play all of the PS3 ones. I played the PS2 ones because that's when I had PlayStation 2. I'm almost certain I had one of the PSP ones just because I love playing games on the PSP. I don't know about the iOS Mimir's Vision. But yeah, I got the gist of it. I played the newer one, the new remake or reimagining God of War 2018. And whenever it comes out for PC, I'm definitely going to check out Ragnarok. But there's a lot more titles here than I remember.
Yeah. I remember God of War 2 and 3. And then the one that came out recently. I was like, oh, come on, make a comeback. But this was a lot of titles.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to play this in storyline order, and when I mean storyline order, I talk about as Kratos experienced it, as he lived it. Get your pen and paper ready, y'all. So I'm going to be telling you a story while we coincide with the game. So the first game you want to play is God of War Ascension. God of War Ascension is pretty much you playing before God of War.
He made like a pact with Ares, and before he got his...
That's right before when he was rampaging. Right before he's like, listen, Ares, strike down my foes. I need you. Also, spoilers. Oh
no, he what?
Spoilers.
This came out in 2005.
Spoilers.
No.
But yeah, so you play as him as he's rampaging, and then you play like Ares saved me, and it pretty much shows you becoming the Ghost of Sparta. For those of you who don't know, the Ghost of Sparta refers to Kratos because after he pleads with Ares, Ares makes him like a rampaging zombie, and one of the last things that he does while he's under Ares' control, quote unquote, is he murders his wife and child in a fit of rage. Yeah. And if you don't see, and when they go to burn the bodies, the ash gets stuck to his skin. That's why he's that color as punishment. So that's Ascension. Chains of Olympus is, I think, oh, now I got to do the memory game, and I hate this game.
No, Chains of Olympus, the PSP one that came out in 2008.
That's the one, if I'm not mistaken, where Athena is Kratos' only friend. They have him chained up in Olympus, and he has to go find out what the hell is in Pandora's box to kill Ares to break the curse. No, that is a lie. That is a whole lie. That is a lot.
There's a lot. Well,
there's a lot. There's a lot.
I don't know if
I'm
we
trying to
can
remember
go.
it.
No, I don't think we can do that because there's a lot. If we could be here for like another hour or so, just
Yeah, I feel like I
talking
should have
about the
wrote
lore.
this down. I should have wrote this
Maybe,
down.
but like, I just want to know like what's the actual order? Because I don't know the order of these ones that I'd even know happened.
Okay, so the actual order would be Ascension, Chains of Olympus, God of War 2005, the original first one. Then it would be the Ghost of Sparta, God of War Betrayal, God of War 2, the one that came out on PS2 as well. God of War 3, the one that came out on PS3. Jesus Christ, my language is leaving me. Then it was God of War, A Call from the Wilds, God of War Mimir's Vision, and then God of War, the one in 2018, and now Ragnarok.
So there's like smattered between 1, 2, 3, the 2018 one. There's like a bunch of like little stuff in between, which I didn't know were a thing. I just knew about like the mainstay ones, but that's kind of cool that he's been in so much stuff. Kratos.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot.
Like, I'm gonna just make it real small since I don't gotta pay attention about this stuff now. Yes. Pretty much Kratos was a rampage. That's what you did in Sparta. Ares gave him a monkey paw wish. He killed his family. And then he was like, yo, how I'm gonna get Ares? They said the only way to get Ares, open up Pandora's box. But Pandora's box is Pandora's box. He gets got, ends up coming back, and Athena's like, yeah, you gotta kill me, buddy. And he's like, ain't no problem. He kills Athena. He kills Athena, ends up killing Ares, and now he's the god of war. That would be cool. No, I don't think Athena's dead yet. My fault. That would be cool, except by the time I think God of War 2 rolls around, the rest of the Pantheon is like, yo, he's killing people too much. He's doing too much. You got to do something about that. Zeus ends up betraying him, stabs him in the stomach. That's how you see that gnarly scar. He gets sent to hell. So you spend all of God of War 2 trying to get back up to the Pantheon. God of War 3 open up hot because he kills Poseidon. He kills Poseidon off rip. And Zeus like, yo, what are you doing, my guy? So at the end of God of War 3, you end up killing Zeus and you kill all the pantheons and you kill all the gods. But when you do that, now Greece is in disarray because everyone they pray to is dead. Everyone's dead. So Kratos is boo boo bee boo, jumps off a cliff. Then God of War 2018 happens, and now you're in Norse mythology. What happened here? Apparently, Mimir's Vision and A Call of the Wilds links what happened. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, Call of the Wilds links between what happened between now and 18, and Mimir's Vision links Ragnarok and 2018.
Oh.
So if you want a more nuanced experience, go ahead and play those games in the order I gave you, David.
I didn't know that. And I was laughing mainly because I'm just imagining if this is the first time you're hearing about God of War and it's just Cresta explaining it. And
Cresta explains bootleg opinions.
God of War, that was great. I love that. That was like a minute or two. That could be on Twitter. Cresta explains God of War to everybody to catch
up. God
of
War poorly.
It's all good. I mean, you got the gist of it. He fights a lot, he kills a lot, and he goes to the underworld a lot.
Yeah, and when he gets to Norse mythology, he's calmed down quite a bit. He settled down, he has a new family, and you open up in 2018, his wife is dead, and you just want to bury your wife. But you cut down a tree, which you didn't know was a protection spell tree, and then some guy shows up and tries to fight you. And you're like, yeah, I don't know, you guy. Beat it, guy. At the end of God of War, I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah,
I don't think about War 2018. You beat that guy's ass, but you end up making a lot of enemies in the way.
It's so cool. I love it. I love how there's sort of a formula with God of War where it's like, well, I got to go do the thing. Got to go one single-minded thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. but
Yeah.
then it's like things get in the way and you make some enemies and you're like, well, I got to do this other thing so I
In
can do
order to
that
do the
thing.
main thing. Yep.
And then I'm like, okay, got to do this one other thing. Okay, it'll be quick. That's how I feel whenever I play a God of War game. I'm like, it'll be quick. I'll just do this other thing. Then it's like, wait a minute. Okay, now I got to do this other little thing. Like it's like side, get
Mm-hmm.
done. Another big chunk, side, mission, whatever, sort of. But they all feel like so cool, and I love being Kratos. I love being in that world, especially
Yeah.
the 2018 version. So
Yeah.
cool.
I um I really hope they follow the formula of how they did God of War with Greek mythology. You did 1, 2, and 3. In a perfect world, I would like it to be God of War Ragnarok, and then God of War Valhalla. That I think would be really cool to put a nice end stone.
Yeah.
But based off of the way 2018 ended, I don't know what's about to have happen in this one.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't
I
have it yet. So I'm gonna eventually play it.
I
But it's interesting to see because based off the events of 2018, this might be the last game.
maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested in seeing it, kind of like an Assassin's Creed. I want to see him go to Egypt. Not really, but yeah, that'd be cool. I guess that'd be the next. That'd be the next one on the chopping block.
Comparing it to Assassin's Creed, like you said, do you think has it overstayed its welcome? Because that's kind of how I feel with Assassin's Creed, where it's like, okay, we can stop now. Like I'm all set on Assassin's Creed games. I know they look really pretty. I'm all good. But has Kratos and God of War, has that overstayed its welcome yet for you?
I don't think so, because 2018 changed the story, not for bad, but in a way where it's like, what were you going to do with Greece? He literally destroyed the Pantheon, threw himself off a cliff. And if that was it, that was it. You know what I mean? And that'd be okay. But this is not a complete reimagining, because you can find Kratos, if I'm not mistaken, in Norse mythology as well. You can find something similar in the same Norse mythology. So it makes sense. I would like to see where they go with it. Is it like a parallel universe? Like, you know how they have Marvel Universe 626 or whatever it is? Is it like something similar? Because I think Greek and Roman are like the same thing, just in different spaces.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested. I think it's still good, and I would love to see their story. What about you?
I definitely think he's here to stay for a long time. I would not, kind of like how we got a bunch of different like little God of Wars everywhere, but now we have the 2018 one, the Ragnarok one. I think this is just the start of something new. I think it's definitely gonna go for a while. I definitely feel it because, I mean, they just sort of wiped the slate clean, and even though they always allude to him being a god killer, and they always allude to him being like, they know his past, but now it's like you're saying, it's some sort of reimagining or some sort of plane shift where he's in this area now of mythology, and he has just a whole new start, and you can go through a bunch, and you can stay and play. I love the way they play with this stuff. I love the way they play with all the mythology and all that, so it's super cool. Fans do love God of War, Kratos and Atreus. And I had a question for you, Cresta, because we were talking about Dave Bautista trying to be in Mark's Phoenix. Who would you want to see play Kratos in a God of War movie? There's some talk about, there have always been talks about God of War coming to the big screen, but who would be the guy to be Kratos?
Personally speaking, I think it is his voice actor who also used to play on Stargate. It was a big, tall guy. The voice is deep, it's rich. He's super tall, and he was like this Egyptian. I cannot think of this man's name for the life of me. I think that's the same person. If not, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say Gerard Butler. We're gonna typecast him. You cut him bald, he will look exactly like him. If we're gonna typecast, we're gonna typecast.
Sure.
Gerard Butler would be good. And a second place, only to the physique wise, Triple H, Paul Levesque. It's all about. Hey, pull up the picture. If you put a picture of Paul Levesque and Kratos, gray skin, the abs, I could see it when the game was in peak. I could see it. I could see Gerard Butler too, but he might be too lean.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I mean, he was in 300, right?
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
300.
Gerard Butler was oh
But they had
boy.
like painted abs, didn't they? I don't know. They could paint the abs too in God of War. Whatever, doesn't matter.
If we
Paint.
painting abs, I'm gonna need an auto tune for my album coming out October 35th.
Yeah. Triple H has that like classic physique. Like it's just good. Like that's
Yeah,
what you think of when it's like, okay, give me character creator, give me six pack, give me good muscles and stuff, and it's like that's his body. It's good
yeah.
body.
I just
Uh,
don't know if he has like the voice for it. Like one
yeah,
to one, him and Gerard Butler, both of them, one to one, I think they're fine. The guy from Stargate, like I said, his voice is deep, rich, and he's tall, he's muscular too, but like facial wise, he don't look like him. But who cares? Who cares?
they could
It's a
do
fictional character. Who cares?
they could do a Darth Vader. Just have but it's different because you could see his face. But
That's
just
true.
have Kratos and then have somebody else doing the voice. That'd be
You
funny.
know what? Maybe there's a new actor out there, someone we haven't
May
considered yet.
Sure, do it. Um, let us know who would you want to see Kratos. Who would you want to see play Kratos in a God of War possible movie? Let us know. Send a super chat, KY in chat. But we have some odd of war facts here.
I love this Otter War. Let's do it.
We have some facts about Kratos, and you might learn something that you didn't know. Actually, let us know if you're like, oh, I didn't know that, Smiley. There are skins of Kratos in other video games and in other things because Kratos has been around since 2005.
Yep.
There's skins of him in Mod Nation Racers, Little Big Planet, Tearaway, and armor based on him in Ghost of Tsushima. He has appeared in Shovel Knight, Soul Calibur, Broken Destiny, and Fortnite. And Mortal Kombat 9 was the third game in the series to feature Kratos as a playable character, being featured previously in Mortal Kombat in PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita versions, 2011, 2012. He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's honestly, him, Bayonetta, and oh my god, don't flame me in the comments. Castlevania, what is this man's name?
Dracula?
Not Dracula. Belmont. Belmont, the other one.
Yeah.
Those guys are like, those three in particular, you put them in any fighting game, people are like, oh, I can see it. I can see it. I can see
Love
it.
it.
I can see it.
I forgot to show the range of where we got to because I pulled these pictures of what God of War 1 looked like way back in the day. That's what it originally looked like, and I'm like, okay, at the time looked great.
At the time, these were peak graphics, peak.
And then now from the newest God of War, from God of War 2018, and that's in 2018.
We've come a long way, baby.
I'm not sure, but that looks great. Yeah, looks great. Just wanted to show the range of where we're coming from, or where we're at right now.
Honestly,
insane. We have TC Carson. This one's kind of weird, but just in kind of a bad way. TC Carson was the voice of Kratos in pretty much every game in the series except the 2018 game, and he was replaced by Christopher Judge without him being informed because he was too short for the motion capture.
That's crazy.
That sucks. Sad. Oh my god.
And you know what? TC Carson also played in Living Single, because I was looking at this, I was like, where do I know that name from? And he has a deep, rich, chocolatey voice. Now I have to look up what Christopher Judge looks like. And if this is the guy from Stargate, I'm going to be like, I was wrong.
Christopher Judge looks like Kratos because they did mocap for him. He looks good. I mean, he's a good-looking guy, good-looking lad. I'll talk a little bit while you're looking.
Christopher Judge is the guy from Stargate.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well, there it is. He looks, yeah. Man, that's gotta suck. I mean, I know we're like sort of in like the content creator industry, and we see a lot of voice actors and stuff, and I follow quite a bit of voice actors from like video games and stuff, but like to be just replaced out of nowhere, like you're the guy, and like to be known as the guy and not even tell you that we're going with somebody else, that sucks.
Over a technicality, you know, like, can somebody else do the mocap? And I'm like,
yeah, who cares?
They did it with Darth Vader. You think that was James Earl Jones? No, it wasn't.
That's like I don't know, Gaming Gone Weird moving to Mondays or something, and then kicking me off without telling me because I can't make Mondays, or I don't know.
And then I show up Monday, it's like, Just a second.
Yeah. And I'm like, wait, and I'm watching the show and I'm like, wait, I'm not on. That's how I picture him finding out that he's not Kratos, is that they announce a new game, the 2018 game, and then he's just like, what? I
He's
didn't get
like,
a call.
I heard you guys were coming up with a new game. Let me know when you want me to show up for work. Yeah.
About that. So that's kind of what happened. That's like the one stinky thing about God of War, that they just kind of kicked him out because he was too short to mocap as Kratos.
They should have at least given him something else to do, like Mufasa in the sky, Simba.
his past self from the other mythology.
Don't forget who you are.
Yeah. One last weird fact about God of War is that Kratos is based on literary works from ancient Greek mythology. Kratos is the child of Pallas and Styx. Pallas and Styx are a war god and underworld goddess, respectively, and the name Kratos is also associated with words such as strength and might. So there are some odd Game of Thrones, odd God of War facts for you that you may not have known. Yeah, that God of War's cool. I'm excited for the new game.
I suck at games like that, but I love them. I love those games.
Oh yeah, I'm real bad. But I feel cool doing it.
You know what? And that's what's important. I feel cool, but it depends on who I'm in front of. If I'm in stream, my community understands. If I'm with my real life friends, they're like, yo, what are you doing? You suck. Get off the sticks. Get off this. Give me the sticks.
Give me that. Give me that.
I had 2 brothers, and that's literally my life. I was like, if I can't figure it out, I was like, yo, give me the sticks. But here comes a puzzle, yo.
Yeah. Oh, we'd even mentioned all the puzzles in God of War. I feel so cool. It's racking my brain. In the most recent 2018 one, the puzzles were cool. I remember it was like one of the first game where it had like, or for me on place when it first came out, it just had blood and gore, and then you had to pause and do puzzle and stuff, kind of like a Resident Evil sort of.
It's like, okay, stop. You've been scrolling violence too long.
Yeah.
Take a moment. Then we'll get back to the violence
and figure out which card is under the cup or whatever. Cresta, we talked a lot. We did all the things. Where can they find you during the week on the internet?
You can always find me in your heart. But on the internet, you can anywhere you can type Cresta Starr, Cresta Starr. You can find me, except on Twitter, because that's where I'm at, Cresta the Star. I thought Twitter was for comedy, and I tried to get my old account back that said Cresta Starr, and they're like, "This is a joke, right?"
Still, wait, still, they won't, even after all this. After everything,
I figured Twitter's a joke now. Let me have my thing back, but no, I gotta send a letter to WWE India and Fight TV in order to get it back. And I'm not a lawyer. You can have that. One day I'll be rich and famous, and you'll rue the day. You'll rue it. But anyway, you can find me on social media at Cresta Starr. And here on Saturdays with Jules the Human and Gaming Got Weird. And on Thursdays with Joe Pearl on Fightful, we talk about post-impact. And you'll also see me next week. Keep your eyes peeled on Fightfuls on Twitter. You'll see me next week for the post-show for Overdrive. And we don't know if that's going to be on Saturday or Friday, because Saturday's Full Gear, Friday is SmackDown and Rampage. So your girl is moving up. But you can find me here with you every Saturday with Jules the Human. And speaking of Jules the Human, where can they find you, you beautiful human, you?
You can find me on Twitch every week, like 4 or 5 times a week. Twitch.tv/JulesTheHuman, Twitch.tv/JULES the Human. I just started Cyberpunk 2077. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I'm going to be playing it all week next week. Spoiler. It's so much fun. So much better than Apex Legends right now. But that's where I play video game stuff. I have another podcast that's done another episode. It's called the Jules and Matt Anime Hour. We do it live on Thursdays or on my YouTube channel on Fridays, or Apple Podcasts and all that stuff. Jules the Human on YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff. Maybe Tumblr. See if I go back to Tumblr. Yeah, that's it. That's the show. Send us all your thoughts. Leave it in the comments. Tell us all your fun stuff that you've done as Kratos throughout the years. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in.